guys, it's Macey
and Ashlee,
and today we are going to be reacting to your guys' Bad Batch unpopular opinions.
It's been a while since anything Bad Batch.
Yeah. Not us being dry as crap.
Well, we just spent the last 30 minutes just setting up.
It's also pajama day today, in case you didn't notice. Me and Ashley are both wearing pajama pants.
Awesome.
So if you're not wearing pajama pants, why aren't you?
Join the group.
Did you not get the memo?
It's a pajama party.
Us gaslighting. Didn't you guys hear?
I am never in good outfits when we record podcasts. I'm always looking like a freaking hobo, which is amazing.
I usually look fine. I try to make sure if there's a day where I'm looking cute, I'm like, okay, we need to do the podcast today.
Yeah, you'll spring it on me, and I'm like, I look like garbage.
Okay, here's the thing. A lot of people don't watch the video when they listen. So it really, at the end of the day, isn't that big of a deal.
Nah. Pajama day.
Yeah.
I'm almost flipping you guys off. I meant to do peace sign, and my finger got stuck.
Okay. No, I'm just kidding.
I swear.
So we apologize for not having an episode last week. Life has gotten really busy. With that being said, that also means that we are very behind on the Acolyte, and we have last week's episode to talk about.
Yeah, we were just missing this week's episode.
Which at the time this episode gets published, yeah, it's gonna be.
Sorry.
We'll still talk about the third episode that we watched?
Third episode.
We will still talk about the third episode at the end of this, but we haven't seen the fourth one yet, so sorry.
How many episodes are there? 6?
Total?
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be 8.
Is it 6 or 8?
I don't know. Oh. Why don't you guys answer that question? Put it in the comments. I'm just kidding.
You do the research for us.
Okay, so we basically just asked you guys for your unpopular opinions regarding Bad Batch on our YouTube and our Instagram. So I know I say this literally every time, but just in case you didn't know, you can go follow those and you can be featured in episodes. This was actually an idea because we've done reacting to unpopular opinions before. But someone said to make them more specific, so to have a Rebels one, Clone Wars, Bad Batch, certain things. So that's what we're doing.
Yeah. We listen to suggestions.
Yeah, we do. Actually, the majority of our episodes do come from suggestions, so thank you. If you guys ever have an idea, just comment on YouTube or something.
And we'll probably do it.
Yeah. Okay, now we're gonna start. Okay, so the first ones I'm gonna read are from Instagram. So the first one we have is from Snippy Hera. I keep saying
actually.
And she said, I love the filler episodes, especially Faster. If you don't remember, Faster is the one where Tech does this whole racing thing.
I absolutely love Faster. I didn't even know people didn't really like that one until.
Really? Are you sure? Because everything I see, people are loving it.
I've seen most hate, but I think more recently. Bad Batch spoilers.
Yeah, if you're listening, and you haven't gotten to a season yet, maybe just stay away. Okay. For now.
I think now that Tech is dead. That's not funny, I'm sorry. It's become more popular, but I remember when it first came out, people did not like that episode. And then Tech died, and they're like, "Oh, Tech content," because they realized they won't be getting any more.
Here's the thing: when it first came out, I enjoyed it, but it's to this day not one of my favorites. It's one of my favorite fillers, but
it's such a comfort episode. It's just silly.
Yeah, silly goofy.
I don't know, just Tech getting to the spotlight, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And just him, Wrecker, and Omega just messing around. Sid is gone for most of it.
She's in it a little bit more than others. I was gonna say that's a plus, then I was
the freaking robot cracks me up, especially that he's voiced by, what's his name?
Sonic? I'm just kidding. Ben Schwartz, I think is his name.
Yeah, and so just all I can picture is freaking movie Sonic. It just makes it 10 times funnier. I love that episode.
I'm not gonna go on a whole tangent, but because it's something we've already talked about. But my thing on filler episodes, I feel they're people get confused on what filler episodes actually are. Well, justifiably so, because Clone Wars kind of ruined fillers, to be honest. Fillers are supposed to be episodes that, like, take a break from the main plot and build up, like, either character development or just something that kind of leads to the plot, but it's not directly, like, what's going on. Like, it's been happening with every TV show. Like, even sitcoms have filler episodes. Anime has lots of filler episodes. Avatar, like, Last Airbender, I can think of a few. But Avatar does it really well. Mm-hmm. And Clone Wars decided to make fillers, fillers, really boring. So that's why I feel like it's kind of a negative thing in the Star Wars fandom. But I think Bad Batch did fillers really well, for the most part.
Mm-hmm. There were some fillers where I'm like, oh my gosh, treasure hunting episode. But mostly fillers, like, they weren't bad, honestly.
Yeah. A lot of people like the treasure hunting episode. And here's the thing, I just feel like, because people were like, well, it's not a filler because, and I hate the argument because, like, do you know what a filler is? But anyway, because it shows how, like, frustrated Hunter and Echo are getting throughout the show. But there's other ways you can do that. Like, you don't have to make the episode boring.
I just, like, it's so, I've just recently rewatched it, and it's just so boring.
Yeah. And if you like that episode, that's fine. Like, I don't think it's...
You're weird. I'm just kidding. Everyone has their opinion.
I just kind of struggle with it. But, yeah. Sorry. I actually did end up going on a tangent. But,
I won't go on a tangent. 25 minutes late.
Shut up.
Why do I...
What?
Why do... I can't talk in this episode either. Awesome.
I can tell.
I'm sure our listeners are so happy to listen to people who can't talk. When that's something.
People? Or person?
People.
Why is it plural? Like,
because last episode was very evident.
Are you sure you're not the only one that just has issues talking?
Okay.
Okay. Go.
Freaking heck, dude. Me trying to go. I'm just like, go. Okay, this one.
I wanna go home.
This one's from Cosplay with Cat and says Wrecker is underloved. Yeah.
Facts, honestly.
Like, he is
like with the fandom or just like his family? I'm just kidding.
Oh.
Because I mean,
both apply.
It's kind of a valid question.
Especially with the fandom, I feel like he's the one that gets, like, the least amount of attention.
When people rank Bad Batch, she's always at the bottom, and
so bad.
I'm not excusing myself. Like, I do that too. Like,
I feel so bad. Like, it doesn't mean I don't love Wrecker. It's just, he, like, I don't know.
I feel like out of all of them, he's the most stereotypical. Maybe that's why people have issues, like, having him as their favorite.
He got character development, but, like, not as much as his brothers. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
He, like, kind of mostly stayed the same. But, like, he changed a little, obviously, throughout the course of the 3 seasons, but, like, not as much as other characters, like Crosshair.
Mm-hmm. I think that's the problem is when the Bad Batch were first introduced, people complained about them being, like, really, really stereotypical, which, yeah, valid. I remember being like, hey, these are such cliche character things. But they got a lot of development. Why did the door just slam? I'm so sorry, guys. We told our family we were doing our podcast.
They're gonna think our house is, like, freaking under attack every time we do this podcast.
This is actually our bunker. Anyway, so, because, I don't know, if you think about it, a lot of, I can't even talk. Anyway.
What was that? You can't even talk?
Okay, in my defense, I was interrupted. So.
In my defense.
Anyway. They have a lot of stereotypes. And people were mostly talking about how Tech was, like, the stereotypical, like, nerd and, like, just always talks in the actually type of thing. But he actually got, like, development, so it kind of beat that cliche because it shows that he actually has feelings. And I feel like a lot of stereotypical, like, nerds are always like, I don't have emotions. Like, you know,
I have only facts.
So
Young Sheldon.
Yeah, it's that. But then it showed that Tech actually has emotions, and they had that beautiful plot line about how he just, what is it he says? Expresses them differently. The camera is struggling. Anyway, so,
oh my gosh,
this episode. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Whereas I feel like Wrecker, because Wrecker's like the kind of like brawny type guy, but he actually has like a really sweet heart. He's a cinnamon roll. And I love Wrecker for that, but they didn't really like develop much outside of that. I'm not trying to turn this into a Wrecker hating thing. I love Wrecker.
I'm just like, you know what I mean?
Trying to understand where people are coming from, I guess. Yeah.
About people, I mean, I'm just kidding.
Oh. She's like, I'm doing self-reflection. Why are you so giggly too? What the heck? Giggle. Also, we're yapping so much. Anyway.
Yeah, we need to stop.
I apologize for those of you who are like watching the video, which I don't know how much of you actually are, but if you are, the camera keeps struggling and it's focusing on everything but Ashlee.
Mm-hmm. It does not like me for some reason.
It's being weird, so
It's my old phone.
Yeah, we're trying Ashlee's phone today because my phone is horrific. It is insane. So anyway.
Is this any better? Like, honestly.
At least there's no grain, from what I know. We'll see when I edit. Anyway, people... Why am I talking about this? Okay. No one cares.
Next
Anyway, thank you for submitting that unpopular opinion. These are actually really good so far. I'm surprised. I'm just kidding.
Usually you guys submit horrible things.
Okay, next is from TechSip99002. I always say O. It's a habit that needs to be stopped. Okay. She has a few, by the way. I don't think Echo should have ever joined the Bad Batch. I feel like he always wanted to fight with Rex, but I think he only joined the Bad Batch because of his looks. And it felt like he left the team so soon. After he left, he barely was in any episodes. It just kind of seemed wasted. Sorry.
Oh my gosh.
Seemed kind of wasted because if he was going to leave anyway, why put him there in the first place? But I totally understand why he wanted to join the Bad Batch in the beginning, but that's just something I personally think.
I feel...
For me,
I've seen this like point come up a lot, but I honestly think it was important to Echo's character to become part of the Bad Batch for that short amount of time, just so he can become like himself again. You know what I mean? Because like at that point he had like been, and let's be honest, it was probably for the better because of the whole Order 66 thing. That would have been horrific.
Mm-hmm.
Just like him finding himself and with other clones too that don't look, you know what I mean? Like sure, maybe it was. I'm pretty sure that it's not all looks, but you know what I mean? But just like finding other clones that are different too. And he did join Rex again later when it's just like I felt like he needed to be there for a bit before he went back to Rex.
I also feel like a lot of it also had to do with his squad, like all of his squad being gone. I feel like obviously he like gets along well with Rex and everyone else, but I feel like that would be kind of damaging to just know that everyone like
he needed like another squad.
He needed another squad. So I feel like that was, I don't know. I definitely see where people are coming from because it felt kind of weird how he was never in Bad Batch, like literally no screen time whatsoever until like the second, third season-ish.
I feel like they were just trying to like focus more on the actual like, you know, like Bad Batch. I'm not saying
you're like Echo's not in the Bad Batch. He's not one of them.
So bad. No, like you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And then like they put Echo in there sometime.
He definitely deserved more screen time.
Yeah.
Especially because became that freaking traumatic, horrific event, and they never talk about it again. Like,
okie dokie.
They never explore how he would have dealt with that.
Like, one part of it is like, who told him about Fives?
No, literally. Like, excuse me? Anyway,
moving on.
Sorry, she has one more. Wait, actually, we'll just read that after. You go. I'm messing this up.
Okay.
I just mess everything up.
You're right. Leave. I'm just kidding.
Oh. Okay.
Wait, so what am I doing?
You're reading the one I just gave you.
Okay.
Can you do this right, please? Go ahead.
Okay. This one's by Salty Sid, 99. It says, I'm trying hard to think of any right now, honestly. My overall perception of the show is probably my biggest one. I like Bad Batch more than Clone Wars and even Rebels. They're just my favorite guys. I love them so much. And then, okay. Also, unpopular opinion that the episode where they crash on the moon with the dragon is a banger. I love that one. I just think that Hunter Omega bonding is peak, and the parallels with them and Crosshair are not very interesting. They're really interesting.
Okay, let's do the first one first. Everyone just has their show, I feel like. For me, it's Rebels.
I'm a Clone Wars girly.
Yeah.
I am the Clone Wars girly.
I am the ultimate Clone Wars fan.
I don't even know how I became. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't even know how that happened. What happened?
What happened? What happened? So, honestly, I feel like we just always struggle. Like, I love Bad Batch with my heart and soul. Like, it's my Roman Empire. I'll talk about it for hours. But I still just call Rebels my favorite because I have a special connection. And, like, for people, like, Bad Batch is their special connection. Like, Clone Wars is theirs. Like,
yeah. Rebels is my special connection.
remember when I made that, I'm not going to make it again, but, like, that comparison with, like, albums? Like, I don't know if anyone else does this, but I have, like, my favorite album, and then I have the album that I actually, like, listen to, like, a lot. I don't know if that makes sense, like, for anything. Like, it's with Coldplay, Taylor Swift, literally anything. I have, like, my favorite album, which is one that I feel, like, a personal connection to. I just love it with my whole heart. And then I have an album where I'm, like, I like more songs on that one, if that makes sense.
My favorite album is, like, I'm thinking of one artist. I'm so sorry. My favorite album is, like, the one, like, I don't know.
Because, like, with Taylor Swift, let me bring Taylor Swift into this. Don't worry, Taylor Swift haters, this is only a second. I'm just kidding.
Like,
my favorite is Red, which, honestly, I love all the songs on that. I just have, like, a really special connection to it. But, like, albums like, why can I not think of anything?
1999?
Yeah, like, that has less skips for me than Red does. It's just, Red I, like, feel a connection to, if that makes sense. Two. Why do I speak in a British accent?
Two. I love it too.
And, like, same with Coldplay. I have a favorite album, and then I have one that has maybe less skips. I don't know. I just brought that up because that's kind of how I think of, like Star Wars shows. Mm-hmm. If that makes sense. Anyway, her second one was, what was it again? The Moon episode, which I think is called Replacements.
Yes. I love that episode. Me and Macey have talked about this a lot. But I absolutely love that episode. And let's remove the Hunter Omega bias. Okay? That's so bad. But just, like, I think it's a good episode, and I find it interesting, and I think it explores Omega's character, especially since it's at the very beginning, and so you just get to see her and Hunter's dynamic more. I like it, and I love it.
You like it, and you love it.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I don't necessarily, like, I acknowledge some of it's good. I especially like the Crosshair POVs. I think they're really dark and honestly just eat. Also, his score is peak. Love the Hunter.
Every time. I'm so sorry. Like,
love the Hunter and Omega moments. I don't think it's, like, a bad episode. I like it. I never skip it. I just feel like maybe I'm just biased because the first time I watched this, we had, like, a banger first episode and kind of banger second episode. No, it's not kind of banger. It was good. And then just, like, going to that, I kind of felt, I don't even know. Like, it's not even bad. Like, I don't even, like, I guess I just rank episodes more, like, above that one. If that makes sense.
I guess. I'm just kidding. No, yeah, it makes sense. My eyes could, like, not focus on the camera for, like, 2 seconds. I don't know what that was about, but that was weird.
Maybe it's just because the amount of time Omega spent with the, like, dragon thing. Like you said, it's, like, she had a lot of character growth, but I was just kind of bored. Sorry. I do like it more than the one, what is it called? Why can't I literally remember every episode except this one?
What is
it's the one where she's dangling from the tower.
What is it called?
I don't remember.
It's literally the episode after that, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
What is it called? That's gonna bug me so bad.
We'll figure it out.
Season 1 Bad Batch is my absolute, like, baby, okay? Like, I would die for Season 1 Bad Batch.
Oh, and that's another thing, is, my favorite season has to be season 3, but, like, I love season 2. Like, I feel connected to it. Kind of like how you are with season 1. Like, honestly, love season 3. It's a banger. It's just, like, banger episode back to back. But season 2, like, I love season 2.
Like, season 3 is my favorite, but, like, season 1 holds, like, such a special place in my heart. Like, I can't even describe how special season 1 is to me.
Bad Batch is really special. I was gonna say not us going on a Bad Batch tangent, and then forgot this episode is about Bad Batch. So.
That's why we did it. I'm just kidding.
I love Bad Batch, and maybe that's just because, like, it had been a while since we experienced that kind of magic with the anime shows. Like, Rebels ended, and I was like, wait, what am I gonna do now? And then Bad Batch came out, and I was like, wait, like, I'm living it all again. I love this show.
Made me feel like a kid again.
Yeah. Because it's
it
immature and
traumatized
stupid.
me.
I'm just kidding. I was trying to go by, like, toxic Disney hater adult. Like, it was stupid and immature and and childish.
I was like,
yeah, season
because
3
it
was
traumatized
definitely
me.
childish. Crosshair getting his hand cut off on screen was definitely childish.
and someone getting impaled.
Yeah.
That brought me back to my childhood.
Also, Hemlock getting shot like 6 times. Anyway.
Kids who grew up on Clone Wars are a different breed, and I'm speaking from freaking experience.
Mm-hmm.
It's scary.
Well, thank you for sharing. This one is also from TechSimp9902. It's just like didn't combine them for some reason. I thought I had them together. Apparently not. She said, oh, we kind of talked about this, but I think the Bad Batch filler episodes are better than any of the Clone Wars or Rebels filler episodes. I actually find most of them enjoyable, and I wouldn't skip them in my rewatch like I would with Clone Wars or Rebels. You did not just say that about Rebels.
Don't group in Rebels with Clone Wars, please.
I love Rebels fillers with my
Why
whole
are they
heart.
so silly?
Maybe that's like...
What do you mean they're going on a freaking shopping trip and defeated the Empire from Melu runs?
What do you mean? Why can I not think of any other filler? What do you mean there's a whole droid episode, but it's actually funny, and
It's
it
just
ends
singing-
with a musical number?
Okay.
Maybe that's why, okay, Bad Batch fillers do a lot of character development. It's really good. Rebels, well, it also does character development, but it's really goofy, silly, and then Clone Wars is just kind of boring.
I feel like Rebels...
My eye's itchy.
Rebels needed the goofy silly, especially the later seasons. Because it just got, like, you know what I mean? I'm not saying, like, Bad Batch needed that too. Desperate.
Yeah.
No, Zitty.
I mostly agree with your opinion, but I never skip the Rebels fillers. I love them. They're, like, the funniest things ever.
They're silly.
And also, most of the time, they're pretty wholesome as well. So,
I will die for those found family moments, bro.
literally. Like, shut the front door, bro. Okay, here you go. I think that one has several.
Bud. Okay.
I kind of like being in pajamas. It's setting the vibe.
I hate reading usernames.
You can do it. I believe in you, bro. Just correct us in the comments. Like, okay, some of you corrected us in the last one. Thank you. So now I can say your name right. I probably still won't, but
This is so for real.
I think it'll be good. But yeah, correct us if we say it wrong. If you're on YouTube.
Okay. This is so embarrassing. Genuinely, like, it makes me want to jump out a window. I'm just kidding.
Calm down.
It's
not that serious.
A first floor window.
Into mattresses and foam and
Onto a trampoline, obviously.
yeah.
Okay, this one's by Lucy Arm 802. Is that probably right? No. I give up. Okay. It says, I feel like we didn't really get to see much of Hunter's enhanced senses a lot, especially in season 3. Batcher kind of replaced them, which was sad, but she's still the best girl. Okay, do you want me to break it down, or do you just want me to, like...
Oh, well, yeah, we can break it down.
Okay, so that's the first one.
Agreed.
But I think the fact that I tweaked when reading it gives a much of...
Oh my gosh, I think someone else commented something similar, but...
I think Hunter has the coolest ability. Well, crossers.
Maybe they realized it was so OP that they couldn't...
It is
too much.
so cool. Like, I love it so much, and they use it maybe twice.
And the fact that the fandom had to take it upon themselves to, like, make headcanons for him, like, about how, like, the senses would be overwhelming. Like, the whole entire fandom just accepted that he gets migraines a lot. And I love how, like, now that's just canon. Like, everyone knows that. Everyone knows it as if it's facts.
Hunter gets migraine.
Like, the fandom had to do that. They didn't do anything. Like
anything. Like, they used his tracking skills maybe twice. He's supposed to have enhanced hearing.
That happens occasionally? Like, it just picks and chooses when it wants to
the
work?
only time I think it was ever used was in the last episode of season 3 where he dodged the bullet.
There's also the part where he senses the ship leaving
Mm-hmm.
in season 2.
Twice.
There was maybe, like, a few minor ones, but...
Let's see, what else goes this?
It's just... I don't think Star Wars realizes, like, Hunter can be more than just, like, a dad. Like, I feel like, and I think someone kind of said this, I kind of skimmed it, but we'll get to that later. I feel like they, especially in season 2, season 3, kind of made it so that was his entire personality, and love it, but he has amazing senses and just really interesting things about him that they could have explored, and they didn't, and that makes me very upset.
From the biggest, like, Hunter and Omega, like, lover, make Hunter his
Don't
own...
say it like that. I don't know why, but that sounds off.
It does sound off, and I was cringing inwardly. Trust me. Anyway, so now that Macey has... Freaking weirdo. Of course you...
It just sounds weird. I do not like the word lover. It gives me the ick.
Off topic, but, like, that is used as, like, a pet name a lot. Have you seen that, like, in romance books? And I even use it in some of mine, and I hate the word. Genuinely, I hate it so... I have, like, PTSD from it.
Just blank stare. I don't know what to say to that.
Okay, let's move on. Before Macy very rudely interrupts.
Sorry.
Just make Hunter his own person.
Really?
Why can't we make Hunter into someone that, like, Omega would, like, look up to? Like, I already know that he is, but, like, he's just a freaking dad now. Like, okay, amazing, King. I, like, love you for it, but you already have, like, abilities, so let's use them, maybe. I don't know. He's so focused on protecting Omega, and, like, he never freaking uses his abilities. Like, King.
And I feel like that's, like, not necessarily, like, his fault. It's just the writer's fault, honestly, because I feel like most of the time they just forgot about it. If there's one thing I could complain about with Bad Batch, like, in all seriousness, it's that. Like, if it's one thing that triggers me. Like, it pisses me off.
Gave one of the members one of the coolest abilities I've ever seen, and then just, like, never used it.
Yeah. Awesome. Anyway, let's go to the next one. Thank you. I feel like it's a great unpopular opinion to have because no one ever talks about it. So...
Let's ignore that I just freaking inputted your passcode wrong 5 times.
Okay. Well,
Okay. It says, Omega is the sweetest girl ever and is not annoying.
I remember the time where people went
Season
crazy.
1 was truly a time to be remembered.
Season 1 was...
I'm sorry, I've always loved Omega, okay? She is a sweet girl. A child.
And, okay, me and Ash have talked about it before.
Okay.
But, like, everyone who was like, oh, Omega's so annoying, forgot about Ezra Bridger and Ahsoka.
They were the same way.
Except worse.
Because you know why? Because they're children.
Yeah.
Raised on a battlefield, no.
It's like, Ahsoka was, frustrating.
So annoying.
She didn't get her development, obviously. Ezra was heinous.
Oh
he
my
was
gosh.
heinous.
They were both very annoying. Ahsoka, like, not listening to orders, and Ezra just, like, doing the same freaking thing. Just, like, doing whatever he wants. And he's just, like, Omega wasn't even that annoying compared to those two. Like, she was fine.
Everything she did, it never really
Slay
tripped.
queen.
So, like, yeah, season 1 was definitely a time. I remember when everyone started hating me, I'm like, I don't see the hate. I don't see where it's coming from. Because here's the thing, it can get annoying sometimes, but it's not necessarily Omega, it's kind of just the situations that they do, like, kind of the writers, like, where, especially in season 1, Omega would disobey orders, and then at the end of the episode, he would be like, oh, like, I trust you, whatever, and then
Took out one video.
Yeah. So that's kind of annoying, but I don't think it's necessarily her fault.
She's also very naive, mind you.
Yeah.
Like, she has been raised in a medical facility in one planet her entire life. She's never seen dirt, bro. Like,
what is this? Anyway, I think that was like people forget that was the main point of the show as well, as to kind of show. Oh, why did I say it like that?
it's to kind of
It's to show just kind of what this new empire is like, especially from like a child's point of view. Like, it's just such an interesting concept to have soldiers take in like this child, and especially when the empire is like just
and they
power.
ate doing it.
They literally did. So I don't get why people were saying that. She also got insane development, just like Ezra and Ahsoka. Like, I remember when season 1 came out, and a bunch of people were saying, like, guys, just look at Ahsoka and Ezra's development. Like, Omega will get hers, and she did.
She did.
You just had to be
She's
patient.
a big girl now. Like, leave her alone.
Like, you just had to be patient. Ezra, honestly, I could see somewhere where it was coming from, because like he was an orphan most of his life, and obviously he's used to just doing whatever the heck he wants. Ahsoka, I had a hard time with. I'm like, Miss Girl, know your place, okay? She saw annoying at the beginning.
Shut up. Okay. Says, I think Tech really loves bugs. I don't know why I think this, but he seems like someone who would talk for hours about bugs. It's because he's a nerd.
He was a nerd. I'm so sorry. Sometimes things just
We're
slip
laughing
out.
through the pain.
I let the intrusive thoughts take over.
He would have.
He would have liked that.
They would probably be like walking on a planet, and then Omega's like, "Oh my gosh, look at a little bug," and he's like, "Actually, that's a," and then go on like a 25
That's
minute
a skibbity. I don't know. I was gonna go into like a long name. The person that was
skibbity. This is Scalophragilociosis bug. Literally.
It has 4 legs and eats this food or whatever.
Eats this food, like, it's a prey. It's like, and the Omega's like, let's be so for real. She would probably listen. Like, I think that's why it's so sad. Is Omega was probably the only one who truly listened to his tangents.
Mm-hmm. I love how the people desperately want a headcanons episode. That was a headcanon.
I desperately want a headcanons episode.
It's on the list. Like, we're gonna react to you guys'
swear
headcanons at some point.
We swear it's coming.
Yeah.
Also, why did my neck look so long?
Okay, not you being him and Nolan. Not freaking like
I was gonna say giraffe.
Say over here.
I was gonna do an imitation of her voice, but like I can't.
She talks like this.
Your place is with them. I want to shoot you.
We're gonna... Wait, you were done. There's more.
I wasn't.
Sorry.
Your place.
So we have that headcanon, then we have another unpopular opinion, right?
Yeah. Okay, how do you say it?
The Harbinger, I think.
Yeah, that
I saw like a glimpse of it
episode.
I'm not psychic.
Was really not that bad. Lots of unneeded hate this episode gets. Personally, why does that sound like it's something a freaking Yoda would say? Like, I'm not trashing on you. I just found that funny. Sorry.
Making fun of the way people talk.
No, I'm sorry. Personally, I wasn't a huge fan of Faster and Bad Territory. Why did my smile drop?
Oh, I like Bad Territory. Also, why is the camera spazzing? We're just gonna ignore the camera.
Just leave it alone. But that's my opinion. Please don't yell at me.
Ashley just starts throwing things.
I
didn't know that episode got hate.
I'm not done.
Oh my gosh.
She said, love you guys' podcast.
Aw.
Oh my gosh. Oh. Okay, what was Bad Territory again?
That's the one, I think, where Omega and Crosshair is, are on that cold planet, and they have to, they find that ship, and then that's when they go, and basically the reunion. In season 3 of Bad Batch.
Okay. 2021 to 2024.
Oh wait, no,
Streaming
it's not.
now.
It's literally not. I got it wrong. People are screaming right now. No, it's the one where Hunter and Wrecker go with Fennec Shand. So the really boring episode of season 3.
Hate on freaking Bad Territory, justified. But hate on Faster, I will not tolerate.
She said, or they said that I'm not the biggest fan. Not that they hate it.
I'm just, Calm down. It was a joke.
Actually, what is the episode called? The one with Omega and Crosshair. Cold, freezing ice. Arguments.
Gambling.
It's called A Different Approach. I don't know why I got
the different approach is gambling. That's not different to Omega, let's be so. That's kind of, I actually really like the episode. Like, what is it called?
The Harbinger.
Yep. I love that episode. I think it's really silly.
I think the action was satisfying. I loved it.
I feel like people were so hyped up for the finale, they were just, like, not dealing with it anymore. If you haven't noticed, I love silly episodes. Like, what do you mean they ride in a big freaking tank and then they smush everything? And they blow things up. Like, explosions?
It's kind of
serotonin. No.
I thought it was a pretty good episode.
It's so silly.
Is it as good as Sorry.
And they threw Rampart around like a doll.
Is it as good as the other episodes in season 3? No, but it's still good. So.
It's silly.
You
have to live for the silly. Trademark.
Okay. Next one is from Grey Jedi 3636, and this is the one I was kind of talking about, but they said Hunter was ruined. Don't get me wrong, I still love him, but in the Clone Wars he was so cool. He really was that dark and broody sort of dude. Then the Bad Batch came along and all he became was a dad. We were just talking about this. Just a dad. He lost all that... This is not what I was expecting. He lost all of that smoothness, that drip. I just don't think that's how a hard and tough soldier...
all the riz.
I just don't think that's how a hard and tough soldier would react. Disney just didn't serve justice to his character. Anyway, I think the Bad Batch could have been a whole lot darker. Listen, I'm all for darkness, and I do agree to some extent. I feel like some parts could have been darker, but I'm happy with how it came out.
I'm gonna be so for real. I did not like the Bad Batch in season 7. Like, I've addressed this before, but I literally hated them. They were annoying.
They were really annoying.
So sorry. Like, they were so confident and cocky, and watching it as a person who grew up on Clone Wars and they started attacking my favorite clones, I was like, get the frick out of here.
I guess the main problem is just how they treat... Because here's the thing, they're like, oh, all the Regs are like this. I'm like, but not Rex and Cody.
Let's not talk to Rex and Cody like that, please. Know your
out
place.
Of this, bro. What did they do to you?
I really didn't like them. But, honestly, like, Hunter especially, he pissed me off. He was really leaning into that, like, dark and broody, and like edgy, and don't get me wrong, like I don't mind characters like that. I literally like Shadow the Hedgehog.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's just because the camera on focus for a second.
It's tweaking.
I don't.
Let me live for the silly. You know? Anyway, but he was just like overwhelmingly so. I'm like, you're annoying. But like, yeah, to the we were like talking about this earlier, but where they literally just like pretty much erased his character and just went bad.
Like, okay. I feel like there could have been more like a longer transition from him being that to a dad, like a father figure. Because I think that's like a really interesting trope, is just if they're like really edgy.
Dad?
Yeah, and Hunter immediately was just like, well, and this is cute too, but I don't think it made sense. Like he immediately sees a child, is gonna adopt him, but I don't think it's fitting for his character. Like, you saw him in Aftermath, like he acted like he did not want to be around Omega. Like when Omega literally sat at the table, he was like, "Don't you have somewhere to be?" Like, like
give him a Joel Miller, please. Like, you know how perfect that would have been.
That's okay. I don't know if anyone like shared this, but I'm just gonna come out and say it now. Another thing, alongside the whole Hunter tracking senses being disregarded thing, that like my main complaint with Bad Batch. Another one is, and this kind of goes along with this opinion actually, when they said they wish that Bad Batch could have been darker. A few things I think they could have done is give Hunter his revenge arc, like a Joel Miller arc. Everyone wanted it. Didn't happen, really.
I needed it.
Which, okay. I would have liked to see Crosshair like that too. Like, Crosshair and Hunter can team up and just go revenge.
I wanted to see Hunter snap. I wanted to... That sounds so... Okay.
I wanted to see him shoot Sid.
I wanted to see him go into a murderous rampage.
Oh.
And,
not the, oh. I don't know
and
that
kill
way.
Sid. And I'm just kidding. Not that crazy. But I want him to finally just, like, snap. You know what I mean? Go into, like, I also just, like, want to see him cry, okay?
Well, and here's the thing is, like, it kind of makes sense because, especially where he used to be a soldier, like...
I know.
Whoa. What do you mean I know?
What?
I wasn't talking about the crying thing. I was talking about something completely different.
Sorry.
Let me cook, bro. Let me cook.
I'm gonna be honest, I zoned out for like 5 seconds.
Anyway, back to what I was saying. What was I even saying? Oh, okay, about his... Okay, so I feel like a common thing among parenthood is I feel like a bunch of parents have just come together and said that, like, if something happens to a child, like...
They would kill for them.
Yeah. That's a common thing. Anyway, so there's a lot of arguments where it's just like maybe it's different for each parent, whatever. Seeing as Hunter used to be a literal soldier in war, I don't see him being just like
reluctant to kill.
Yeah, I think he would snap. I'm confused, but it is a children's show, so I guess they can't show all that. But still, you could have him like show visible anger and feelings. Just kidding.
Instead of just being like sad, like, okay, King.
I do like how they treated like how they kind of showed it in the early episodes of season 3, where he's so set on finding Omega that you can see it's kind of
draining him.
Yeah, like especially the part it's making him reckless too, where Hunter's like, "Okay, we need to go," and the Wrecker's like, "Oh, well, Rex." And Echo said that they can help in like a little bit when they're done. He's like, "No, we need to go now," and the Wrecker's like, "Well, that's dangerous." And I've seen a lot of headcanons, I mean, like, going off of fandom knowledge, but anyway, of people saying that they feel like there was a period of time where Wrecker had to kind of take up a leadership role because Hunter was so just, like, not...
Reckless.
Yeah, not in the right mindset because... And maybe he, like, lashed out on Wrecker sometimes. And honestly, I can see that happening.
Can we talk about, like, the period between season 2 and season 3? Like, how sad that must have been. It's literally just Hunter and Wrecker.
Yeah, that's... I don't like that.
Like, awesome. And Gonki.
Yeah, and Gonki.
Can't forget Gonki.
And Lua. Just sitting all alone.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Everything's fine now, so it doesn't matter. Well, almost fine. We're still missing some.
Okay. Are we done with this one?
Yeah.
We kind of, like, we yapped a lot. Okay. That was... Thank you for the, opinion. Opinion? Is Sky Y, I think is how you say it.
Sky Y?
I think that's how she said you say it in the
Okay.
comments. If I got that wrong again, just
I'm so very
cancel
sorry.
me.
Cancel me.
Because she said it's like how you spell sky. S-K-Y.
Oh, I see where you're going. Okay. Okay, it says, I'm actually really happy that they didn't bring Tech back. Of course, I'm not happy that he died in the first place. I'm sorry. I'm so happy for that, like, thing, because I feel like that's where Tech stands, like, I'm like, oh, so you're happy he died? No. Okay, my gosh. I'm like, but for the sacrifice he made, I'm so glad the creators understood the weight of his sacrifice and didn't try to bring him back somehow. Many characters in Star Wars have been ruined due to not properly handling and honoring their deaths, and thankfully Tech was not one of them.
Facts.
I think that Star Wars has been set lately on making their characters invincible. Sabine. But, it's really annoying. And also, just, like, I can understand bringing Ahsoka back. I'm so sorry. Like, for, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But to bring Tech back would have made absolutely no sense. I'm sorry for the people who absolutely love that theory. We've already gone over this so many times. But I absolutely hate the idea of him coming back after that sacrifice. Like, awesome.
No, and, like, okay, I didn't mind the Winter Soldier theory just because I think it added more emotional damage. I was a little sad about that,
Like, oh
but
my gosh.
at least it wasn't just like oh, Tech survived, yay! Like, it was more of like he's not, like, the same Tech he was before, and therefore it adds more emotional damage, and it's just, like, a whole entire thing. Like, I was okay with that, but it's also just, like, I wouldn't want to see that. Like, that makes me really sad.
That's what confused me. Is like, you guys wanted a Winter Soldier arc. That's not Tech anymore. Like,
Traumatizing.
We literally, like, have been over this, but they're like, we want Tech back. That wouldn't be Tech. So he'd still be gone. It'd just be more hurtful.
Another thing, okay, and I just want to preface now, because we did get a few comments last time we talked about this, where they were like apologizing, because we were talking about how, when Tech first died, people were like, would get mad at us for saying that we believe he's actually dead, and we had a few comments where like, oh, I'm sorry if I ever made you feel like that. Like, no, you didn't. Like, we're talking about mostly just like random people on the internet.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like. It was probably no one on this podcast.
No, it wasn't.
It was probably some random commenter on Pinterest or something.
Yeah, they mostly are. So I'm not, like, coming at you guys, because, like, a lot of you were like, well, I was just, like, delusional, like, I was just in denial. Like, I understand that. Like, I was with that with freaking Tony Stark when he died. Like, I'm gonna be so for real. I was, like, thinking of every possible way that he could still be alive. It just happens with fictional characters. And I get that, but I did get annoyed at the people that would get mean about it, like we have said. Like, one thing I hate is the people that were like, well, if he, because my main argument was like, well, if they brought him back, it would kind of, I mean, just like, not, like, how do I explain this? What is the word?
What?
Like, kind of undo his sacrifice in a way. And that's not a good way to put it, but, and a lot of people get mad and be like, well, he still sacrificed, so it still means something. Like, yeah, but I'm saying the whole point was that they lost something because of that sacrifice. Like, he died for them. And I'm not saying that if they brought him back, then that means, like, he didn't sacrifice anything. I'm just saying it adds more emotional weight to the story, I guess.
Think of Echo's sacrifice in Clone Wars.
Yeah.
Like, think of, like, it's still sad to see, you know what I mean? Like, that he sacrificed himself, but not as sad because you know he comes back later.
Yeah.
So you're like, so you cry, but like, oh, but he comes back, so it's not that big of a deal.
Exactly. Can you imagine doing that with season 2?
No,
like, that was a huge part of...
Like, dude. And even to the point where D. Bradley Baker, like, himself said that it would just ruin the sacrifice, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Like, obviously, his intent, like, if he came back, his intent was that he knew he was gonna die. So, obviously, he sacrificed a lot. But it kind of takes away from the emotional weight of, like, the show itself. If that makes sense. And I'm also very pissed off at the people who have talked about this before that were like, well, if he wouldn't have sacrificed himself, then they would still all be alive. Sorry?
They would be dead, I'm sorry.
They would be dead. Don't do that. That's disrespectful.
All of them would be dead. If
that
they
is
all fell from that great of a height, Bad Batch would have ended on season 2.
Yeah. The whole point was that when he made that sacrifice, the cart went down, which means less of a fall, and crashed into a mountain, which means they fall onto the mountain, and they all got injuries, but they still survived.
Like, they still, like, it shows how they got injured, you know what I mean? Especially Omega. But they weren't dead.
So, for those mean people to be like, well, they all would have lived anyway, like, you're basically undermining his sacrifice then. You're just saying that he did nothing, and he died for no reason. Don't. We're going on so many tangents.
Yeah. Okay, next one.
I don't even think we're, like, halfway through.
Oh, boy.
Oh, well. Okay. This next one we have is from Hunterphobia 2006.
Oh, what an icon.
This one says, my hot take / unpopular opinion is well known, but I'm gonna say it, I hate Hunter. And she put a censor asterisk in his name.
Is that it? Like,
yep.
Get it?
I mean, we can tell from username. So
I think I got the point. I think we got it, Queen. I don't know what to say.
I don't know.
Hunter's literally my favorite character, so watch out. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. That wasn't a threat.
You better keep your doors locked. Yeah, I don't know what to say to that. You disagree?
Because you're wrong. I'm sorry. I don't know how else to put it. Okay.
That was a funny one. Please.
Silly.
I want to know why. List the reasons why you hate Hunter.
No, they just like dropped that and then just ran away. I'm like, come back. Don't be scared.
Run away? They ran away for real.
Okay, this one's by that girl that likes muffins. Sorry.
Excuse you. What? I just said excuse you.
To a cough?
Anyway. Continue.
Okay, This is kind of similar to what someone else said, but I have always loved my girly Omega. She's such a sweetheart, even in season 1.
Mm-hmm. Facts. We talked
Facts.
about this, but yeah.
Okay. This is kind of more a theory, but another is that Crosshair's hand anxiety definitely wasn't only caused by Tantus. Well, yes, he was tortured there, and that's where most of it came from. He also probably had a certain amount of PTSD from Mayday, and general anxiety from his time with crappy commanders. I imagine trying to rejoin the Bad Batch also caused him a lot of anxiety because he didn't know if they would take him. In general, he had a lot of reasons to be anxious, and the consistent worries he had with Omega getting recaptured by the time he became friends with her also didn't help. That's probably why his hand never made a full recovery, because he was still under a lot of stress and pressure.
I've always believed that it's a combination of both. Like, people always pick one or the other. I think it could be both, honestly.
Why can't it be one of the... Let's pick both, okay.
Because I feel like, yeah, there's probably a small part that has to do with the experiments, but then also a lot of PTSD. Like,
poor guy, genuinely.
Wasn't it said that, like, most of it was mental? Like, when AZ was trying to help him, like, most of the handshaking was...
It's all
in his
up
head.
there. Like, there's nothing physically wrong with his hand.
Yeah. So...
Yuppers!
Sorry, I feel so stupid. Like, I'm not even saying anything on this.
No, like, I don't even know what to say because, like, you... Like,
you're right.
You're completely right. Slay Queen.
Yeah. I'm sorry. What do you think of
Another banger.
What do you think of his hand being cut off by the end of the... A lot of people were like... There was, like, two main arguments. Like, one side was like, oh, well, now it's like he's rid of that. Like, it can be gone or whatever. And another part was like, well, he never got to, like, actually recover from it or whatever. Is that serious? Like...
I think it's a cool metaphor to most of his worries being away, you know what I mean? But for the people who say, like, well, you know what I mean? Like, now he didn't get to recover and all that. He did, though. Like, you know what I mean?
And
we didn't get to see it, but he did.
I also still don't think most of that PTSD goes away. Like, he probably still has a lot of it, but...
It's, like, PTSD never truly goes away. It's probably still up there. Like, Rick. Poor... All clones in general. Like, yeah. Oh my gosh, dude.
Yeah. Okay, this one is from, oh my gosh, Yuki Artichoke? I think I said that right?
That's
okay.
silly.
They said, I like Omega, I really do, but I hate her accent. Like, it just seems off to me, and maybe that's because it's much stronger than the other clones. And it's not like I don't like Australian accents. I feel like I sound mean to... Oh, by the way, she corrected herself and said it was Kiwi accent later on. Just for all of you that were about to go in the comments. I feel like I sound mean to the actress, but I don't mean any harm, really, with a bunch of crying emojis.
That's so funny. I think her accent is silly.
I love her accent.
Wait,
but I do
it.
I can't do it.
You can. There's that one line that you do, like, perfectly.
I don't know which one.
Do it all the time. What do you mean?
Like the... Like, Pormucci one?
Yeah.
Like, Pormucci.
It's so silly.
Or there's this one, and this is like a backstory behind it. So it's like one of the interviews that I think her name's Michelle, the voice actor for Omega, did like an interview, and they were asking her like what she feels about Omega or whatever. And it was like
I hate her.
It was in short feed, so it was like a TikTok style, like short video. And I had set my phone down and I was doing something. So, you know how it keeps playing, like, if you don't scroll it? So I was busy. I was preoccupied. So it kept replaying. And it's this part where she's explaining why she likes Omega. And she goes, like, well, she's special. And she's special. And it played on loop. So now it's stuck in my head. So every time I hear special, I go, like, special. Or, like, sorry. Just like random words just stick with me.
Accidentally spit out some water.
I think Kiwi accents are really interesting and fun.
They're so fun. Like, I love Omega's accent.
But I do see where you're coming from, where you said that it's a lot stronger.
It is.
I'm sorry, what? Thanks for interrupting my sentence with the beginning of yours.
I'm sorry, what?
So, as I was saying, I'm just kidding. I do see what you're saying about it being really like stronger than the other clones. It was a little off-putting first time I heard it. I was like, why are you what? Like, why do you not speak like this to them? Which I guess like she's been isolated her life. She probably just doesn't get out very much, or I don't know what the explanation would be, but it is a little.
A girl does not touch grass.
Literally. Girl doesn't even know what grass is.
Girl, they don't even know what dirt is.
Okay. Thanks for that opinion. I want more juicy hot takes like that.
Right?
We got the I Hate Hunter one, and we got that one.
Okay, this one's by DeLuna Family 7752.
800. No, I was gonna say something.
Okay,
I was gonna do JG.
I love your freaking profile picture, by the way. That's
Is it
truly inspiring.
What is it? Peppa Pig?
Yeah, with like her nose missing.
Oh, what happened to her nose?
Okay, it says Omega was a good character from the start. Why are most of these about Omega? She's such a controversial character.
If you think about it, when Bad Batch Season 1 came out, I feel like it was like an Acolyte and sequel situation. Again, just with Omega. Like, everyone hated her. Like, everyone.
Oh my gosh. Okay. A lot of people hated her and called her annoying and stuff. She was a kid. She was a lot better than the kids in today's real world.
Yeah.
And she was just curious. I loved the way the writers portrayed her as a kid, annoying and curious, but sweet and respectful. Her character development is also chef's kiss.
It is. I also, you're so right. Like, she's so kind. Like, I feel like that never went away. Like, even till the last few episodes of season 3, like, she's just always thinking of others.
She always had a kind heart. Like, I feel like that's one of the most consistent parts of her, is that she's just always kind.
She's so cute. I love her.
She's such a good character.
The whole fandom just adopted her immediately.
Just like Hunter.
Oh, I thought you were saying just like we adopted Hunter. I was like, he's a grown man. He could be my father. Like, calm down. Like, I was not
like,
there's no adopting going on.
I was like, why did the joke fall flat? I
was like, excuse
the
me.
The silence afterward had me second guessing.
Sorry. Oh, that's all of them.
Oh.
Sorry. Leave more next time. No, I'm just kidding.
So it is an hour long.
Yeah. I feel like
yapped
a
a lot.
much. Thank you to all who left those opinions. If you're sad because you didn't get to have yours in or whatever, like, we're gonna do some more episodes. Womp womp. We're gonna do more episodes.
Better
so
luck
don't
next
worry.
time.
What's the other one? Someone called the ambulance. Are we gonna talk about Acolyte, I guess?
Yeah, it's like one episode. Okay.
If you guys don't remember, episode 3 is the one with the witches. That's all I know how to explain it.
The witches. This was just fine. It just. Why do these witches got no drip? Like, I'm so used to the Night Sisters being like so cool, and then I get to these, I'm like, you're freaking weird.
Like, it's weird.
You got no sauce, no drip, and I was like,
I've seen a lot of people agreeing on this. Just like, I saw a thing where I was like, I would be fine if I didn't have to see those witches again. And you're right, I could do without them.
I don't miss them one bit, frankly. Like, bye. That sounds so bad.
Chanting is so weird. Like, okay, I can't talk like that when the Night Sisters are like kind of weird too.
At least they're cooler. Like, they got the magic like flame thing. What are they doing? The moon?
Okay, their chant Ahsoka was wild. The Night Sister one. That was weird.
This one was just weird. Why these? Okay. I gotta give it to the costume designer of the show. Phenomenal job.
Mm-hmm.
It's so cool. If they're doing one thing right. Why is Mayo a psychopath? Queen.
Got one in every family, and I'm just kidding.
It's the fact that, like, you can't make me stay. Oh, I will. I'll kill you. And I thought she was kidding until she started the fire. I was like, oh!
Calm down.
Also, like, her dad said something. He was like, I've never seen freaking metal and stone catch on fire that fast.
I was like,
the way you be spreading.
Holy crap. It's
on metal.
Over.
And just, like, freaking just start a fire. I'm like, okay, you're crazy. Queen.
By the way, guys, because we kind of had a lot more positive things to say about it in the last episode. If you like Acolyte, I'm happy for you. I'm glad you like it.
It's got some things wrong with it.
I personally am not. I'm struggling a little bit. My favorite things from it are Soul.
Soul.
Okay, I like him. Costume design, choreography, it's pretty good.
Oh.
Cinematography, pretty good.
It's just like the writing.
The writing is just the part where I'm not having it.
Just like I can kind of see what they're going for. It's falling flat, frankly. Especially the whole thing where they created the children. They created them? I'm so sorry.
Yeah, we need to talk about that.
I'm so sorry. You are not Anakin Skywalker.
That was the biggest complaint that I've seen is how they're just kind of making it seem like Anakin's whole
That's so lame.
thing is just not special more. And there's been arguments when people are like, no, it's fine. Like, it's just because, like, it was acknowledged that it's a weird way. It's just, like, the witches, like, did it. No one else knows about it. Et cetera, et cetera. I thought that was the main thing is that no one in the universe had ever done that. It was just Anakin.
I'm so weird.
Anyway. Sorry, I was focusing on the camera.
Freaking, just, like, the writing is kind of cringy. In some parts, especially when she's taking the test. She's like, wait, but that's not a oops. I'm like,
no, for real. She was like, wait, but that
oh.
wasn't a mountain.
Oh,
Queen,
you got me.
Like, should you be a Jedi? Because you're really, really slow. You're really stupid. And I'm just kidding.
Freaking bad luck. I don't want to lie.
Also, the one part where they're arguing about the Jedi, and May is like, the Jedi is bad, and she's like, the Jedi is good, and then it just ends, and I'm like, what the heck was that? Like,
okay.
We already talked about this before, because I feel, like, guilty, like, talking bad about it, but at the end of the day, like, I'm sick of the haters just, like, spending their entire days just bashing on this show, like, please get a life, but I think you're allowed to have valid criticisms, and honestly, I can complain about what I want, as long as
It's my podcast.
Like, if you like the show, I'm like, that's fine.
I
personally am just struggling with it a little bit.
I don't think it's the worst I've ever seen, but
No.
like, I don't know.
It doesn't
could be
feel
better.
very like Star Wars-y either.
No, it does not. Until the Jedi pull up, so be carrying.
Literally.
Why is he so father? Star Wars just can't help themselves, can they?
No, literally. Oh, blew it away.
They took Hunter away from me. They're like, fine.
Also, he's just like really good character. Like, I told Ashley, he kind of reminds me of Qui-Gon, where like he has things that he places above the order. I think that's very cool.
His Padawan is like funny, but like not matching the vibes.
Yeah.
She's like, but I thought you meant no attachments. I'm like, okay, lame up.
Calm down.
It's giving Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan. Like how I imagine. It's like,
Wait,
Master,
yeah.
that's against the rules. And Qui-Gon's like, okay.
Like, who cares?
And? Awesome. Extra points. I forgot to see more of them. They're so funny. Like,
Honestly, like, they're kind of underrated. It's just like, I get so... Actually, no, I'm not gonna get into it. My brain's not there.
can we... How did Mace survive that?
I
like,
said
that's
Mace, and I was like, Mace Windu falling from the window? Like, what do you mean he survived?
What? That's a
Is there
whole other
something?
debate, okay? We don't want to get into that now. No, like, that's a freaking big fall. Like, okay. How'd she survive?
I don't know. It's kind
Let
of
me
weird.
guess. They're pure hatred, just like the Grand Inquisitor.
No, it was that one Inquisitor.
Oh, yeah.
He was like Reva or something.
No.
Reva McIntyre. It was! It was
No.
Reva.
It was the Grand Inquisitor, remember?
Well, they both survived.
Yeah.
But remember, she literally got
I know,
stabbed.
right.
She got impaled from Darth Vader with a lightsaber, and then she just walked it off because apparently her fury, like, outweighed that. Whatever.
Oopsies.
It's like, okay.
Darth Vader's like, okay.
Like,
Lama.
this is why I don't understand why people hate the Acolyte so much when there are literally other shows that have problems like it too. Y'all aren't coming to those. And honestly, I love Kenobi. It just has its issues.
Yes. Just like, I don't see how May can survive that. That was a big fall.
I don't either.
Soul picked the right twin to save. I'll give him that.
No, for real.
That one's crazy.
crazy.
Crazy. It's freaking weird.
Oh, and I kind of told Ashley about this. I feel so weird talking about this, by the way, when we haven't seen the new episode. Like, what if there's things we're talking about that... They're like... You need to watch the new episode to understand. Like, us complaining about how May survives, maybe it explains it really, really good, and like,
you guys are so dumb.
Anyway, I kind of talked to Ashley about this, but something that kind of seemed weird to me, and again, maybe it's explained in a later episode, I don't care. But the way that the Jedi made it seem was that something they did, like, was, like, horrific and horrible or whatever, because that one Jedi literally, like, committed suicide over it, and he'd been in that meditative state for ever since the event, and so the whole time I'm thinking, like, maybe the Jedi, like, caused something, and
maybe they wiped out the witches or something, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like a mask or whatever.
No, it was all May.
No, May just started a fire, and then Ashley was like, maybe they feel guilty for, like, what that happened, because, like, maybe if they weren't there, that wouldn't happen, but I still don't see, like, them being that.
Can I say something, though?
No. Just kidding.
Okay. Stands up and leaves.
Yeah, you have permission to speak.
Permission to speak?
Yes, of course. Wait, no, it's permission to speak freely, sir.
Permission to speak freely, sir.
Brother. Anyway.
I really want to share my opinion. On my own podcast. Okay. Podcast. Anyway. I also... Here's the thing. We see the fire, like, spreading, but, like, why is it nowhere where all the dead bodies are?
I don't know.
And we hear them, like, literally screaming. Like, I get it, like, you probably scream like that if you were like, but why is there no fire? Or, like, their, like, bodies show no sign of burn scars.
Also, are all the witches created from that, like, from the Force? Or was it just the twins? Well, because they made it seem like the twins are special, so why did you create them?
Felt silly. I don't know. But I'm just thinking, like, what if the Jedi, like, did do something to the witches? You know what I mean? And they hid it from them?
Ooh,
that's why they feel so guilty. It's because, like, I don't see any fire near the dead bodies. I'm sure maybe it died out, but, like...
Well, why would they do that? Did they just get a little angry?
I'm trying to think. Maybe... self-defense? I have no idea.
That looked pretty gruesome.
It's just a theory.
I know, I was just...
A game I don't know. That's what it said. That's literally my opinion.
Okay.
They click off. They're like,
they probably clicked off a while ago. Let's be real. Let's be real.
Let's be real. I'm just pulling out all the weird voices tonight.
Anyway, let's be done.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Finally. I'm just kidding.
Calm down.
Hallelujah. I can't take it anymore.
Can't take what? Talking about Bad Batch for an hour?
Are we scrolling? Oops.
Wait,
don't clip that out of
Are the
context,
cameras still
guys.
going?
Don't cancel me.
Okay, too late. You've already been canceled. That's it for this week's episode.
That's it.
That's all forever. This is our last episode. I'm just kidding.
That's it. That's where we're at.
Okay. Thanks so much for listening, and we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.